situation over the 12 years that I've been here entertaining you on television. Welcome to Hot Topics, Sharina Hudson. Getting out of my car with my money. Good morning, Journey. She'll be almost I think she'll be 3 next month, don't you know? Good morning, Kelvin. It's my truth.
Hello. Sharina Hudson finally realized she had the wrong idea all along when she got involved with Kevin Hunter. It's no secret that Kevin and Sharina were prepared to live together on Wendy's money without any second thoughts.
So I'm not going to take a lot of time because, I'm getting emotional. And I told myself I wasn't going to do this.
However, since Wendy left the Wendy Williams Show and was placed under that unfortunate guardianship, Kevin's money has dried up. He's filed lawsuit after lawsuit, trying every trick in the book to get Wendy to fund his lifestyle again. But after his latest lawsuit was thrown out of court, sources say that Kevin has left Sharina just like he did Wendy. And nobody really knew where Sharina was. While Kevin was out there filing those lawsuits, she deactivated her Instagram and went completely off the grid. And now we're finally going to hear where she's been hiding all these months.
That it was not till death do us part.
And it wasn't just an incident. I mean, the relationship that Kevin had with this woman went on for...
No. Kevin was a serial cheater. Kevin had different mistresses depending on, the part of his life. This last one was the one that he had the longest term relationship with.
As you know, Wendy has been going through a lot, and she's been fighting to end her guardianship, which she never needed or asked for in the first place. After a new assessment confirmed that Wendy was never sick and never had dementia, which was the basis for her strict guardianship for more than 3 years, it appears that everyone from the judge to her former manager, her doctor, Wells Fargo, and even the guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, were all working together to ensure that Wendy didn't have access to her money, and karma has something in store for all of them. With this new information available, Wendy might finally be able to end this exploitative guardianship and put the situation behind her. But it doesn't mean she'll be returning to her primetime spot or working anytime soon. Wendy no longer working has affected everyone, even those who don't like her. And yes, that includes Kevin Hunter and his mistress, Sharina.
Death to all of them.
Kevin had gone to LA for business. And I hired a PI. Yes, I did. I hired a PI to follow my husband. And this guy is telling me that Kevin is in Miami with the girl. This is where you show the picture of them on the beach. You know the picture where she's going to the camera and he's laying there on the cell phone like they're chilling like a couple. You understand what I'm saying? The PI was taking pictures of them going to the gym, going to dinner, her with Gucci, Poochie, and Lucci.
When Wendy left the Wendy Williams Show, she lost a significant amount of income. Because of that, Kevin was unable to receive any alimony due to a clause in their divorce decree stating that if Wendy's contract was suspended or not renewed, she wouldn't be obligated to pay him alimony. Whoever put that clause in the divorce decree was a straight-up genius, because apparently Kevin planned to live off Wendy forever.
But what I needed at the time, because I was running 100 miles an hour, and I was so much of a strong support structure for her and all the dreams that she wanted to accomplish, I needed somebody for me. And my new offspring, my daughter, who is a beautiful, beautiful spirit, she was not a oops baby. She was not a mistake baby.
Kevin allegedly received a lump sum from Wendy as part of their divorce settlement, along with an alimony check of around $250,000 per month. But he never thought about her possibly getting sick or the gravy train ever coming to an abrupt halt, because as soon as those alimony checks stopped coming in, he was back in court looking for some way to get Wendy to support him. In 2022, he filed a lawsuit trying to regain payment.
Kevin claimed that without the checks, he was completely broke because he had fallen behind on his bills, was in debt, and lived in a community that required him to make payments to the homeowners association. Since he couldn't do that, he was facing possible foreclosure. Apparently, Kevin couldn't even pay his car insurance for the luxury vehicles he loved so much. He also said he was behind on his credit card payments without the checks coming through. By the time he filed the lawsuit, things must have been going really badly because he ended up taking out loans on 2 of his luxury vehicles with a company called Flex Wealth and had no choice but to put his and Sharina's love nest up for sale because he couldn't maintain it without Wendy's money. So they were essentially homeless.
You left your wife. Now, we may not care about her on the show. That's different. But you left your wife. Got you a side piece. Had a baby and was living a whole different life. And evidently, Wendy Williams was the real bread maker. Because now you can't live that lifestyle without that check. The grass wasn't greener, huh?
The lawsuit definitely didn't go in his favor and was thrown out by the court. But it didn't take long for him to find another route to get paid. In 2024, he claimed that Wendy had allegedly hidden over $48 million from him during their divorce proceedings and wanted their divorce set aside. But the court wasn't on Kevin's side at all. It was outrageous to think he was willing to go through another nasty divorce process just to get more money out of Wendy. Earlier this year, he filed yet another lawsuit demanding $250 million in damages against Wells Fargo, her guardian, and several other people involved in her guardianship. He claimed he was doing this on Wendy's behalf, saying that her constitutional rights were violated and he had been defrauded by the court-appointed guardians. So he went from suing Wendy to suing people who had access to her bank accounts. Now, putting whatever feelings we have about Kevin aside, this lawsuit fully exposed the extent of the scheme Wells Fargo, the judge, her guardian, and the people around her put in place to take everything Wendy worked for. But even with Kevin's lawsuit exposing the truth about what was going on behind the scenes, people are still looking at him sideways because there's no way he's doing all of this just to have Wendy's back. He's not her husband anymore, he doesn't have power of attorney, and he can't file on behalf of her son because he's no longer a minor. So this was nothing more than a money grab, and a poor one at that. If anything, it shows just how desperate the situation has become if he's coming up with creative ways like this to take from Wendy at all costs. Sources say it isn't only Kevin's finances that are suffering because of his lifestyle change, it's also his relationship with Sharina. As the money problems set in, Sharina and Kevin apparently started having arguments about what to do next, because the main reason she was with Kevin in the first place was for the easy life. At this point, even Sharina Hudson had to get up and work. She was running her vegan food business, which wasn't bringing in any money, and she even got her real estate license selling homes in Florida. Reports also say that Kevin hasn't paid any child support and doesn't plan to until he can get his finances back to what they were. When this situation started getting even more heated, Sharina made her Instagram private and allegedly moved back in with her mother to get her finances in order. Now she seems to be back and is heavily promoting her business, asking people to hire her as a real estate agent and selling her gut health supplements. She has completely switched up her profile aesthetic from being all about living the easy life to just selling her skills. She's trying to keep herself and her daughter afloat. Allegedly, Kevin and Sharina have gone their separate ways. However, we can't officially confirm this. Seeing their relationship crash and burn like this has people talking about karma, because there's no way Sharina really thought she was going to be living large off another woman. I don't wish ill on anyone, but Sharina pretty much had to learn that karma came back around in its own time. I would never be comfortable with a man who's solely surviving on another woman's money. That's exactly what she gets for being a homewrecker. What's disturbing is that he and his mistress planned on living off Wendy for the rest of their lives. What a narcissistic person, just using another person like this. I don't feel bad for him or Sharina. Now, were you expecting Sharina and Kevin to break up already? Share your thoughts in the comments and make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!